Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with no qualifications where we solve your complications. I'm Harry and I'm joined by my wonderful friends, Lydia and Ravs. We're in person in the same room
for the first time ever.
We realised today we've never done a podcast with each other in the same room. We've always been in separate recording rooms or different houses.
Yeah.
So this is pretty momentous.
It's very different.
Not only are we in the same room as well, we're on location.
We are on location. We're at the podcast show in London, at the Shure booth, in a recording booth.
Yeah.
It's quite the experience. I feel like we should visually describe where we are so people can picture it. We are in a small wooden box inside of a giant glass room. There's foam insulation everywhere.
Oh yeah,
and it's about 21 degrees outside today. I think.
It's about 31 inside this
This
box
is-
we're
it's
in.
very hot.
Currently sweating
It's
our
like a
tits
little,
off.
like a little Swedish sauna.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very warm.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say it feels like we're recording inside a sauna.
Yeah.
That's like a very nice sauna.
It's a very nice sauna. We're using some amazing Shure microphones, of course. So big
There's
thanks
so
to
much
Shure.
fancy equipment in front of us right now.
It's quite
It's very
intimidating. I won't
fancy.
lie. They've got a pretty amazing setup here.
Yeah.
So big shout out to them. We're here celebrating the 50th anniversary of the SM7. So pretty amazing. That's been going for 50 years.
50
Oh, yeah.
Which
years.
is mental. So yeah, just massive thanks to them for having us and hosting us.
And inviting us down here.
Yeah, thank you, Shaw.
I also just have to describe, there is this small window in front of us.
Oh yeah, we can see out as if like we're like a producer or something.
I feel like a pervert.
I know,
feel
yeah.
like I'm just watching people and they're having their little conversations going about
Yeah.
their life and we're just
But
staring
we're
at
just
them.
staring, talking about things. It's a very surreal. Have you guys ever, well, I guess on the topic of conventions, have you guys ever streamed at a convention in one of those little booths? You know, they make a little like,
Yeah.
they make little like
Oh,
streamer,
yeah.
like streamer cages. If people have been to
Yeah.
conventions, you will have seen
Yeah,
this. They make little like
streamer cage.
cages and they lock the streamer to the computer. I've never been in one of those, but I imagine it's a little bit like this.
I think with them, so I've streamed at a convention before, but it was more like a room. It was a little
Okay.
bit more bougie. It wasn't a cage. But I know
They didn't
people,
cage you.
they didn't cage me. But that was when I worked for Xbox. I do know people that have done the cage streams, and I think it's just distracting as fuck because it's loud and people can look at you.
Yeah.
We've got this beautiful soundproof room. Like with them, it's just noisy and screamy,
Yeah.
and children drinking
Yeah.
energy drinks and monster drinks. So I think it's a little bit of a kind of funky. Wait, you did a stream, didn't you? From a convention.
I've done streams on stage. I've never done
Yeah.
one in a cage. They've never caged me, Lydia, and they never will.
They
I
won't cage Harry.
I don't think I've ever been caged. I did some stage shows, but they were always a bit weird.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is it feels like because we can hear each other very happily, but no one around us knows the horrible topics we're about to discuss.
Exactly.
And do you know what? I'm so glad. We were worried that sure we're going to have an engineer. We have a joke going around that the engineer was going to have to listen to this podcast, and I
Yeah.
think we might have avoided it. I don't know if any of the
God.
Shure people can hear this. That we might leave, and they were like, "Wow, that was
was
really
pretty
fucked
messed
up."
up.
Never again.
Yeah.
Cut all ties with them.
Pretty weird that you
Cut
guys
ties,
talk about
cancel
these
them.
kind of things.
Yeah, we don't need this brand damage.
I know, it's the last time Yours
Get
ever
rid of
gets
them.
invited anywhere. This is it.
Yeah.
This is the downfall. People will mark this moment.
Also, they picked us. They picked us over all the other Pickaxe podcasts.
We
Which,
should
if
make a huge
anything,
deal
we should
about
love
that.
Shure. Like
Yeah.
that is so
How
kind.
special. It actually shows that we are, clinically and scientifically speaking, the best podcast.
Statistically, in every way.
In every single way.
Picked by the best audio company because we are the best podcast.
It's pretty sick. I mean, I'm very proud that we're happily sponsored by Shure. They are great. Shall we move on to some questions? I did
do
pick
it.
out some questions. We had some convention questions come in. Now the quality of them was varying.
Oh,
Me
we're
and Harry
shaming
went through them at the pub though, and they seem okay.
Yeah. Shall I kick one off? It's obviously we're in a bit of a different setup, so the podcast
Yeah.
might be slightly more janky.
Yeah.
But let me get into it. Let
All
me kick us off with just some convention-themed things. Well, we're at a convention. Get in your convention
Oh my
mindset.
god! Oh
For
my
those
god!
of you who want to imagine what's happening, Harry's reading the questions off of his phone. He has to zoom in on the spreadsheet.
This little
On a spreadsheet that has-
spreadsheet.
I'm just counting it. 1,000 question submissions. We did pass that.
Wowie.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah. Oh my God, we didn't talk about it. It's
We
one-
haven't talked about
it's
it.
1 year of 0 degrees.
1 year of 0 degrees.
What
we
a cool
did it.
This is like the 1 year episode,
we did it,
technically.
boys.
and after leaving this room, Ravs, I'm going to be so hot. We're never going to do another year.
Literally sweating so much. Fucking hell. So we have to set the convention vibe for everyone. So you have to think no deodorant, dirty hands, no hands being washed, lots of con flu going on. Actually, this is actually a nice convention, which is like really grown up and businessy.
I was going to say, I feel like we should all describe, let's all choose somebody through this glass that we can see and describe it to try and give a texture of the convention we're at.
I can't see a single monster drink.
No, there's no 12-year-olds.
Children. People are drinking coffee.
They're drinking
I can
coffees,
see a woman
Prosecco.
eating a panini in a lovely linen shirt with sunglasses on her head, and she looks like she's, you know, she looks great.
Business.
She looks
She's
lovely.
A businesswoman.
She's businessing.
Yeah.
This is not what I'm used to.
Men in suit jackets. Like looking classy.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a nice man who works at Shure who has 2 phones in his back pocket.
Oh my God,
and it
bougie.
looks like he's just done a coffee run for some lads.
Wait, why has he got 2 phones?
Is he the bougie or he is a man of drugs? He's got his burner phone.
He's a drug man. That man doesn't work ashore.
They're trying next to some lovely SM7 microphones right now. So
lovely.
You know, that's the vibe. And then there's people walking around visiting all sorts of booths. It's crazy. And 1 year and we're at a podcast convention. Did we picture that when we made this podcast?
No, I didn't think we'd make it past a year.
Yeah, me either.
We should do a birthday party.
I know, we should do a little celebration.
Yeah.
It's
with
pretty...
blackjack and hookers.
Oh my God, please, yes. Lydia, all these things, yes, at once, in my eyes, show them in my eyes. Yeah, I guess we should just say thank you to everyone for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's kind of mind-blowing that we have existed for a year. We also broke 1,000 questions last week as well. 1,000 questions submitted, which is mental when you consider some of these questions are the size of an A4 page. It's so much love and... Yeah, no, just big thank you. Big thanks to everyone who's been listening and sending in questions. We really enjoyed doing this podcast. It's very silly.
Yeah.
It's been great.
It's been
really, really cool. So on to the next year of absolute madness. I don't really know how it can get more mad, but I'm sure it will.
Yep. Thank you for all your support. It's been crazy. Keep sending your questions.
You filthy freaks.
You sexy freaks with your
sexy,
BDSM
filthy freaks.
admissions.
There is a lot of sex-related questions coming in nowadays.
Yeah.
Something has happened. Something has tweaked.
Shifted. The horniness levels have
Dude,
risen.
I think the pegging broke the mold.
Yeah.
I think your openness has
Break your mold.
changed the listeners.
I just think it's fun to be open, you know?
No, it's great, and I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Harry's just like, and I will never be that
I
open.
will never be that open on this fucking podcast.
No one was more open than Daft, though.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do we need to post talk about that episode?
Nothing got cut.
Nothing got cut. Nothing got, like 4 times we said it will get cut. It didn't. And people seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's gone down very well.
Great response. I do urge you to go listen to it and watch it. It's on YouTube if you haven't yet, as it's a lot of fun. Daff is unhinged. He brings a great energy to 0 Degrees.
I love the clip where he's like, do you need permission to make a sex doll of someone? And we all in unison are like, yes, of course.
Daff, what is wrong with you?
It's a great moment. Anyway, okay, first question.
Where's your name?
We got to get into a question, or we're never gonna get there. Okay, here we go. Hi there, 0 Degrees gamers. I have a weeb con story for you. Years ago, I went to my first anime convention and tried out cosplaying. I dressed as my favorite character, I'm going to butcher this, Mitsuri Kanroji from Demon Slayer. Now,
Based.
she has massive honkers.
She has big booby.
Absolute badonkers.
Wowie.
I showed Harry a picture. They're very big.
Mamma mia.
They are enormous. So in the interest of accuracy in portraying my beloved waifu, I also had my knockers out. While exploring the con, 2 guys asked for a photo with me. I said sure. We posed, and after we took the photo, the guys started loudly arguing about having to pay me for the photo because I graced them with my nice tits. I started walking away when they gave me a single $1 for my troubles.
$1?
A single $1. So this was definitely the weirdest.
They insisted on giving her $1?
They insisted on giving her $1. So this is the weirdest and most uncomfortable interaction I've had at a con. What about you guys?
What the fuck? Why did they turn it into like some weird, like explicit sexual
thing.
interaction?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I that's a really good analysis, actually. I mean, that is what happened.
Especially if they made a point of saying like, because of your boobs kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, to be fair, the person I think sounded quite American, and it being $1 makes me think they're probably American, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's
And
got
in
to be,
America,
right?
you do get a lot of those, like, you get them a bit in Leicester Square, but you get them a lot in like New York and LA. There's people who dress up in costumes and then they always want money afterwards.
You tip them,
And you have to give them like $20 fucking or it's just never worth it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's a bit of that kind of expectation of you take a picture of a cosplayer. Like,
and then you've got to tip
I don't
them.
think you should pay to take a picture of a cosplayer, should you?
Well, not a con, surely.
If they're like
Surely
walking
not.
around and they say yes to a
Yeah.
picture, I don't think
There's no expectation to pay. If you say like, I charge or something like, then okay.
If you have a sign, like, or you're in a,
Yeah.
or you're like behind a stand, then yeah. But
Or you're like a famous cosplayer and you're going to get a
Yeah.
professional picture taken.
But that's
Yeah,
weird, right? Because
absolutely.
cosplaying is like a big craft and a big like time commitment and love for people. That it does feel like they should get something. A lot of people going to events with these cosplays, and that's a big draw for people to go, and they don't get anything back for it.
They, to be fair, they literally should get paid. Like the
They should
amount
get
of
free tickets
work
to at
and
least the
time
event
and
or
stuff.
something.
They
you
should
know.
definitely get free tickets. Like if they keep banging out amazing cosplays, they should get free tickets.
Like you
Yeah.
said,
I
they're
I
a huge
understand,
draw.
like, if you are like a famous cosplayer or your cosplay is like amazing and you've got like the Iron Man costume that has the moving parts. If you're like,
shit, yeah.
can I take a picture with you? I can maybe see someone being like, yeah, I usually charge though. or
Yeah.
something. I can see that absolutely. Like, those people should be paid.
I guess
Yeah,
if they've
but,
spent hundreds
you know,
of hundreds
But
of
it does
pounds
sound a
making
lot
it.
like they just paid $1 to just stand with some woman with a big tits.
Well, it sounds like they paid $1 to compliment her tits, which,
Which,
is a
may I
bit
just
of a
say,
weird
is
one.
very cheap. That is
Yeah.
a very, very reasonable price.
That's too cheap.
That is,
That's too cheap.
I don't know the going rate, but I'm going to assume that's not the going rate. To
I don't
stand
think
with
that
a
is
girl
the
with
going
big tits.
rate. No.
So have you guys had any weird or uncomfortable moments? We've done quite a lot of events between us. Like, it must be like 20 or 30 events between all of us. Maybe more, maybe 40. Me and Liz have gone to a lot.
Yeah. I think.
I feel like I can't personally remember one, but this story, just of them being like kind of not sexually harassed, but that Comic-Con moment, working at Comic-Con for like 4 or 5 years at the Oscar stand, which was amazing. And the Oscars fans, I have to say, are like some of the most wonderful people ever.
Yeah.
When you meet them, they're really, really lovely. But just watching the rest of the con goers and just, oh my God, that awkward interaction between just nervous, awkward fan and cosplayer lady. You just saw it every day, every moment of every hour of every minute, and it was so eye-gougingly awkward.
Oh my God.
Like so awkward. Like the amount of nervous, shaky, sweaty hands on like bare shoulders, just like
The hover hand.
the hover
hand picture.
Like, and in some ways, I'm like, fuck, it's so cool. It's so lovely that they get to like see and take a picture of their favorite character. And on the
Yeah.
other end, I'm just like, this is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's not like shaming people for going out and meeting these people and doing these things. Like I think that's great, but sometimes it's that kind of like where you get the cringe whiplash of watching
Yeah.
it. You just feel bad because you're like, oh,
You want this to be good for you. You
Yeah.
want this to be a happy moment
you want
for
it
them.
to be.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit like, oh God, I feel for you.
Oh, I don't know. I found it challenging, and I really loved Comic-Con because of seeing all the amazing cosplays. Not just the hypersexual ones, the amazing cosplays that people have put tons of effort in.
Dude, did you see the one doing the rounds online? It's probably a bit really old now. Where she's like the ring coming out of the TV.
Oh, I saw that one. That
It's
was
like
wild.
the way I don't even know. It's like a freaking magic trick the way it works. But she comes out of the television,
Wow.
and it's the way it's done is so clever. It's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Like stuff like that is amazing.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's not an awkward story, but man, I can really empathize with that girl because it feels
It
like
sounds like it's that
that
sort of
happens
yeah.
all the time. I mean, there used to be the other thing at Comic-Con was the cats. Did you guys ever go
Oh
to
my
Comic-Con?
God! Yes, the
You went to
freaking
Comic-Con.
cats. Yes.
I tried to go to Glasgow Comic Con the first year they did it, and they didn't estimate how many people would want to go to Glasgow Comic Con, and the
fuck.
queue was way back into the city.
No.
No.
Like actually, like way into the Glasgow city centre, basically, and we were just like, nah.
Yeah.
And like Warwick Davis was there, and my brother was like, yo, doesn't your friends like know Warwick Davis? Can they text Warwick Davis? And I'm like, no, I can't just text Warwick Davis to get into Comic Con.
not-
Hey, bro,
That's
can you get
sad.
me in?
Yeah.
That sadly isn't how that
I guess that's
relationship
maybe
works.
the closest I've got to a weird con story.
That's so funny. Yeah, so at Comic-Con London, MCM Comic-Con London, there used to be
Forgot about
at the entrance to the convention on the northern side about 12 cats. About 12 people dressed as cats.
Like the musical cats.
Oh my
Like
god!
the
like,
musical
like the
cats.
musical cats, like the
And
kind
they
of
would
body
lie on the floor.
suit.
They would lick each other.
Yep.
I was at Comic Con with Hat Films and they were there.
Yeah.
The cat people, they were all lying around and
loads of
stuff.
them.
Now this isn't a call out. I don't want to. I don't want to get into like an online beef with the cat people.
Oh my
Again,
God.
the furries have got
Oh, no.
got
like
us.
But walking to work, I was going to work. I wasn't going to the convention. I was going to work at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. I'm hungover as shit. And the first thing I have to see is I'm tripping over these fucking cat people who are licking each other's fucking assholes. Come on, I don't need this.
Oh my God, why are they there at 8 in the morning? Do they just spend the entire day there pretending to be a cat?
Yeah, they just love it. They live for it. And that concourse is open 24/7.
Oh my God.
So they're just in there. They're just in there catting about.
They're just catting about. That's pretty nuts. I'm sorry,
I feel
but
like
that is nuts.
Comic-Con was always the most rife of just madness.
What a absolute plethora of just
So
different personalities and people.
Yeah, I'll say it because you won't. There's some crazy motherfuckers at Comic-Con, and if you want to watch crazy motherfuckers, it's fucking great. That's my recommendation.
People watching at Comic-Con was great. I used to sit out the front. There's the bar next to it. Get a drink and just watch people.
Dude, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't need to go to the event. You're right. Just sit outside and watch the people because it's fucking crazy. So do you guys have any crazy stories? Any crazy memories of conventions?
I met XQC at the last TwitchCon in San Diego.
Was that good?
It was kind of weirdly awkward because it was just Hassan, Ludwig, XQC, and someone else trying to get somewhere. And I was like, fuck it, I want a picture of XQC. Because I've seen some XQC clips, so he's kind of funny. And it's one of the biggest creators on Twitch. I'm like, fuck it, I'll get a photo with XQC. But people were swarming him. And
dude, you were the awkward fanboy.
I was an awkward fanboy. I'm not really a fanboy though.
This isn't good.
Did you hover hand him?
No, I didn't. In the short booth at the podcast show in London. You're meaning this.
No, but people were swarming and he was like, I'm going to be late for my train, dude. He speaks at 900 miles per hour. And
17 SMB7s.
He's like, you dudes are just fucking farming emotes, bro. Is literally what he shouted out.
What? You dudes are farming emotes, bro. What does that mean in a real life context?
I'm like a broken Twitch person. Then you realize people like ACC exist.
Yeah,
and I'm not.
What does that even mean?
I assume he thought people were taking photos of him to use as an emote.
Right.
But I was just like, that's XQC. I want a picture of XQC. Can I take a quick picture of you, XQC? He's like, yeah, dude. You did. And then we just took this quick photo, and I was like, that felt like the most awkward thing I've ever done.
Oh.
Do you regret it?
A little bit, yeah. But I was also, it's kind of jokes.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
But then, on the other end of it, Sarah was fanboying for Dream, and I was like, I did not care. I was walked right up to Dream, and I was like, hello, Mr. Dream.
Do you remember in Amsterdam when, I don't know I think you were with me. I was just walking somewhere with Sarah, and we walked past one of Dream's.
Oh, yeah. George, something like that.
George, not fan. And she used to she just put her arms on me. I think it was me and you. She's like, that was George. That was George, not fan. I was like, Sarah, are you all right? Sarah, I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Sarah's a massive Minecraft
and she was like, I really want to get a picture of him. I really want to get a picture. And I was like, just go. And then she was like, no, I won't. And he's walking away down this corridor.
No,
and she's staring I don't know. And then she's like, I'm like, Sarah, you just go fucking do it. Don't do it. And she's like, okay. And then she turns and is running, this funniest run I've ever seen. She's like, George, can I have a picture, George?
Forrest Gump breaking
Tommy
free.
in it was behind us in the queue at TwitchCon Amsterdam. I was just chatting to Tommy in it briefly, and he was like, all right, mate. And Sarah was just standing there what the fuck?
Sarah's so fucking cute.
I know.
She's adorable.
I find it very funny. I find it
that's
very
it for me. What about you, lads? Have you got any weird or memorable con moments?
Have you ever cosplayed at a con?
No, I don't think I would be brave enough to do that.
I think you have to be very brave.
You have a lot of confidence to do something like that, especially if you're going by yourself. You might have to really
If you got a gang, if you got a whole group of you,
got a gang. Yeah, I feel like if you went with a bunch of mates and they were all cosplaying,
that
would
and then
be a lot
just having a laugh and you can all bat off
each
weirdos.
other. But when you're by yourself, that I would find that really difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had any mega weird interactions or anything like that. I had a nightmare experience once because I used to work for Xbox's social media team.
Okay.
It's going back quite a while now. And I was sent to Gamescom with the task of get loads of freebies and take them back so we can do giveaways on Twitter.
That is cheese.
Also, that is a nightmare task.
Oh my God. So it was presented to me as, you just get given loads of free stuff, so just go collect it all and bring it home. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
You're tag collecting.
Yeah, sure, that sounds fine. Anyway, it was a fucking nightmare. It was obviously August. It was boiling hot.
Yeah.
No one would give me anything. I swear to God, they just decided that, I don't know why. Maybe before that, the years before that, they used to be better.
There used to be a lot of free shit. I don't know. I don't know if it's changed now, but like,
That was the year they decided not to anymore. I'm like begging, like, please, I work for X. Anything? Do you have any stickers, any keychains or anything like that?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we don't have anything. I'm getting more stressed and more stressed out. My boss, who was a difficult person to work with at the time.
Do you want to name and shame on this podcast?
I can't name and shame. Was just a difficult person to work with at the time.
That's okay.
Was getting very, very, very angry at me. And I'm like approaching mental breakdown, running from like booth to booth, like tears in my eyes.
This is not a cool hour.
Oh yeah. Like please, like And
did anyone take pity on you?
No one took pity me. I then drank.
Because that's all German. It's also the trick. You go to games and you keep thinking it's going to be like very English. Said it is not. It's all Germans everywhere.
I then had way too many free energy drinks, and then I start. You start fucking palpitationing. Like I'm freaking out. I ended up going up to my ex who worked there, sitting on the floor and crying and saying, "Can you please help me? I'm like gonna get fired. I need free stuff." and he went and bless him, got me a sandwich and a drink and went round. And because he was like a higher position within the gaming world, he went and got me a bunch of stuff. Then I had to go to Primark in the middle of town to buy a suitcase. And I'm just by myself, like trying to work out where the fuck I'm going.
Oh my God.
With all this tat, just like I want to go home so badly. And then when I finally did get back and gave the stuff and was like, oh God, this was a nightmare. He didn't believe me. It was like, it's not a nightmare. It's easy to get stuff. It's like,
usually there is just shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I got last TwitchCon, I had 2 headsets.
Yeah.
I had 2 and I just left one. I was like, I know it sounds insane. That sounds mental.
Yeah.
But I literally I was just like, why do I have 2 headsets? Fuck this.
I was
don't need
asked,
this.
like, do you want a headset? I'm like, no, I don't want a headset.
Yeah,
I
like,
got a
that's
good
Great.
headset.
Where was that energy when I was? Maybe I was just too. Maybe all the caffeine and my frantic, teary face was actually frightening people.
Yeah.
And me being like, "Do you need free stuff to give me?" Just foaming at the mouth, crying in the
God.
corner. They were like, "What the fuck?"
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
Well, I mean, it's funny to look back at now, but it definitely at the time I was like, "Fuck this! I hate this experience so much.
Yeah.
This is so stressful."
I do feel like you are the only person who's ever gone to a gaming convention and failed to get free stuff.
I know!
That's honestly like a weird achievement.
I know.
I reckon, Lydia, we could get more free stuff at this convention than you
We
got
walked in and they
Gamescom.
offered us a free glass of Prosecco. I was like, what the fuck? Literally having to beg my ex, like, help me.
That's so
Dark
funny.
Did you
times.
note that we all turned down a free glass of Prosecco?
Well, I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Actually wanted to take it.
You can go get some.
But
Do you
I
want to go get it?
No.
The Shure guys will
Honestly,
think
I
you
am
are so baller.
sweating so much. If I have a fucking glass of champagne, I'm gonna be
The
fucking on
heat
the
levels
floor.
in here are rising. 3 bodies inside a small insulated
my
cube
God.
room. We are cooking, everyone.
Conwatch update. A nice old man walked by and waved at us.
I don't know. He was quite attractive.
But then,
fancy him?
honestly, he was kind of.
That's not. Sorry, there's levels.
I'm gonna fuck him, Harry.
I want to fuck that. I'm going to leave the podcast. I'm going to find this old man and fuck
He
him.
had a tote bag, so I think he had free stuff, and they put on 2 headsets, and I was like, "Oh my god, can they hear us?"
Oh my God! I thought was he listening to me as I was telling that story? I became
That's why I
really
was like, wait a
distracted.
minute.
And he was smiling at
I
us.
wonder if he's like, "Can I listen in?" or something like that. I was like, "Oh."
And anyway, so I pegged the literal shit out of him. The old guy's just like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, Lydia, you don't want to know what the next questions we're going to be answering are. Should we move on?
Yes,
do it.
yes.
That's good.
Okay, who wants to read one? Or shall I just read them out on my phone? Because it's quite a tiny setup. Hi, guys. Oh boy, this should go on 0 Degrees After Dark or something. Sorry in advance.
Oh, there's one.
My partner likes to peg me.
Of course, it's another pegging question.
Oh my God,
Like
okay.
a lot. And she caught the tail end of y'all's podcast the other day. Of course, she heard something about pegging and became interested. She'll listen to 0 Degrees when we're driving together. Not on her own, because apparently you're a bunch of nerds. Which
That's very rude, lady.
Which I don't get because I'm a nerd.
We're base pegging enjoyers.
And she's been waiting for a good question to arise to ask yo. So, this pegging thing is recent. We have a long sex history, and usually I'm on top. But since pegging, that's changed. Here's the meat. This question is written in such a hilarious way. I love it. They used to call me daddy. Wasn't something I needed, but welcomed it. Initially, now that she's the one thrusting, she wanted me to call her mummy. Again, I'm fine with that. Actually, it's better than calling her daddy, in my opinion. But now she wants me to call her daddy, and that's weird. They go by any pronoun, but present as femme. I'm half gay as hell, and calling someone else daddy isn't new. But with her, it's just weird. I just can't really do it without losing the vibe. She knows this and is watching me write this question. This is because I don't see them as dominating. Beyond pegging, she's never been the dom in any BDSM activities. She thinks that if she becomes the dom beyond just pegging, that calling her daddy would become more natural. It's something I want to be okay with because it really does it for them. What do y'all think we should do? Do you agree with her proposed strategy? Power dynamics are hard. Thanks for going through that. Mark off your bingo cards.
So, 0 Degrees has now become a BDSM advice
It's just,
podcast.
let's
right?
rebrand.
I mean,
Pegging podcast.
Do you know what I love? I love just a complete openness with their sexual lives and desires.
Anonymity, which is a word I can't say. Anonymous brings out so much from people.
It really does.
Yeah, they love it.
And do you know what, Lydia? Sometimes I question, do we need that? Sometimes is that good? I don't know.
All right. So is she suggesting that they bring more
The question, honestly, it's such a long question.
Is it that she's saying, okay, she needs to be more dominating in their sex life and in their normal life kind of thing, and
So
then
here it
he'll
is.
feel more comfortable calling her daddy? So is
She
that what
thinks
she's
it's because I don't see them as dominating beyond pegging. She's never been a dom in any BDSM activities. She thinks if she becomes a dom, beyond just pegging, the calling her daddy will become more natural.
Right. So she wants to do more BDSM where she's the dom.
She wanted to be more dominant. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what? I literally feel more qualified to answer questions about physics. Sometimes this podcast just hits fucking different. Like, well, I know we're called 0 Degrees, but fucking hell. Also, this is not 0 Degrees in here right now. Fucking hell.
Oh my God, I wish.
It's 30 degrees.
We've all got little fans.
Yeah, fuck it. Do it.
I disagree.
What do you think?
Wait. I don't know what I'm disagreeing with it, to be honest. Okay, actually, no, I know what I disagree with.
Okay.
For me, personally, the idea of calling someone mummy makes my skin crawl.
They're already doing that and they're really happy with it, Lydia. So
I know.
Yeah.
I'm putting my own personal opinion. For me, the word mummy is so infantile.
And so, daddy,
I still find very weird, but I guess it's been so sexualized.
but is that because you're a lady? Do you know what I mean? Has that changed?
Wait, so I find mummy weird because I'm a girl. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking if a guy called me
Because I just find them both a little bit weird.
Yeah, I guess, if a guy called me mummy during sex, I think I would throw up. Like, that would genuinely horrify me.
I mean, that's extreme, right?
Can you imagine someone sucking in your titty and says, yes, mummy? Literally, my gag reflex is kicking in.
I really hope the studio engineer is listening to this. I didn't catch his name, but I really hope he's listening to this.
I mean, it's it's a very specific kink. People are into it. I just can't.
No, people are writing in with their sexual lives, but they have to accept our preferences as well. And I fully accept yours. That is so fair.
Okay,
Go
thank
off,
you.
go off,
Thank
Queen.
you.
Go off,
This,
Queen.
Harry.
Where do I stand as well? I nearly fell over on my seat, so not well.
It's not standing, yeah.
Honestly, mate, I just feel like you're getting a bit iffy about calling her mummy. You're already being pegged. You're already doing BDSM. You're already go
down the rabbit hole.
But he didn't mind mummy, right? It's daddy he doesn't like.
Just shut up and call her daddy, you little fucking pathetic sub. There you go.
Are you doming him right now? What's happening?
It's getting hotter in
I
here.
was just doming him a little bit.
My goodness.
Fucking useless. You're useless to me. If you can't call her daddy, you're useless to me. There you go.
My goodness.
See, I've been called daddy before, and it instantly just killed it for me.
Really?
You lost it.
But I could see myself as a submissive person saying it if told to.
Calling someone daddy.
I would just do what I'm told.
Are you quite a submissive person?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm completely submissive.
Do you know what, that's so interesting, Rex, because you don't give me that vibe at all.
Yeah, I've maybe seen a tiny bit of switch in me.
Oh.
There's a little tiny bit. But I much prefer being submissive.
Would you call someone mummy?
If they told me to, yeah.
Really?
If they were pegging the fucking shit out of me and they said, call me mummy, I'd be like, yes, mummy.
What?
I really believe we need to rebrand this podcast to Rav's Pegging Adventure, and it's more me and Lydia as a support
No, we
group.
just call it like,
We're a support group taking Rav's on this journey.
No,
Oh
okay,
my
we call it
God.
put a peg in it.
Pegging it. Just getting Rav's to the finish.
Oh, Lord.
Just getting him across that finish line. Just,
Lord.
cap it out. Like,
God.
Oh my God.
Right. So it's not that you particularly find it a kink.
No,
but if you were asked to do
if
it.
If I was asked to do it, if I was, no.
told to do it, you would do it.
I would do it.
And you would kind of be into it.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But like, I don't like being called daddy. It's weird.
No, but you don't like being
equally,
the dom.
My Twitch chat calls me mum, and I'm their mum.
Yeah, but that's not a sexual
okay.
thing. It's like
not a sexual thing, no.
cute,
It's like,
comfy thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess that's like a different way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I'm just sort of reeling from the sentence of Rav saying, call them mummy as they peg the shit out of me. Right, so.
We're discovering so much about our bodies
I'm
on this
daddy,
podcast.
I guess. If they said call me daddy, I'd be like, yeah, all right. No problem.
You're like this person writing has got to buckle down and do it. Like,
I think you got to go for it. I know it's weird now, but I think like you could learn to like it, and if you don't, then like just say that to your partner. It's a two.
well, they're listening. I've just accepted at this point.
Yeah.
Both of them are probably listening to this.
Yeah,
podcast.
but also, why are you calling us a nerd? Huh?
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
We're
Come on.
Chad.
you fucking
We're
nerd.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Well, you won't listen to us on
the
your
hell?
own. That's weird. We talk about pegging all the time.
We
What, you
love
won't listen
it.
to the pegging
You want
podcast.
to the pegging podcast, the pegging adventure.
What's going on with that?
Put peg in it.
God, what a crazy question.
I feel like if it's something that it's not that he's like literally makes him uncomfortable, which is something he's not really into.
He sounds very. They sound. I don't know the gender, but I assume it's he. They sound very open to doing a lot of different things. I mean,
and if it's something their partner really would appreciate, and they're already okay with saying "mummy," I think it's not too much of a stretch, right?
mate, I just feel like you've gone. There's so many hoops you've already gone through.
I mean, you're not going
Is
from
this the
0 to
final
100.
hurdle?
Yeah,
Is this the final hurdle?
Yeah.
You're stopping here.
just a little bit more, unless it's literally like I feel uncomfortable saying it.
yeah.
Then I would say just fucking give it a go. Just because if it makes your partner real happy,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Just goddamn, figure it out, and
let us know what happens.
Really? I was about to say, don't write into the podcast. Like, I'm trying to cleanse through the pain.
No, I want to hear from them. I want to hear from the
mummy and daddy.
partner.
I want to hear from the partner.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get them to write into us and call us a bunch of nerds. There we go. Wonderful. Should we do one more question?
One more before
before
we
pass out?
sweat away.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well. I love listening to the podcast on my daily commute and whilst driving to meetings to help pass the time. I'm a financial advisor and I recently drove to a client's house to help them write their wills. They live in a small cul-de-sac and parking was tricky. So when I got there, the client offered to park my car for me and I gratefully took up the offer. It wasn't until after the meeting that I remembered when my car turns on, my phone automatically connects to it and continues playing whatever was playing previously. I'd been listening to your episode, Get Rich Quick Schemes. And you were in the process of talking about male sex dolls. Firstly, God knows what my client thought of me listening to a podcast named Get Rich Quick Schemes when I'm literally charging him to help with his finances.
Oh my God, that's
Secondly,
brilliant.
he's probably wondering what funky shit I'm into listening to a podcast that also talks in detail about male sex dolls.
Oh God, that is brilliant.
So my question, have any of you ever had an especially embarrassing moments when someone has caught you listening to or watching something raunchy or rude?
I mean, there's got to be the classic, like you open up your phone and porn starts playing.
Oh, I feel like that just happens so frequently, Lydia. It's not.
Is
even,
it all the
it's
time for
just
you,
all
Harry?
the
Like you
time,
can't even
mate.
open your phone. It's just pornos.
But also it's complicated, right? Because at work, I just feel like I look up so much random shite constantly that nothing's that about. Like, I think it would take quite a lot for me to open my phone and it be embarrassing.
Something embarrassing.
Like,
yeah.
I kind of just don't care anymore.
I guess it would have to be like with this situation where he doesn't really know this guy and he's like a client. So he's
Yeah.
meant to be this professional person.
Yeah.
Like then that's like,
we
oh,
don't
fuck,
lead
that's
super
embarrassing.
serious lives, so it's hard to have that
No.
contrast of embarrassment.
Yeah,
where we're trying to
exactly.
be formal, trying to be nice, and then it's contra because it's always goof.
It's always goof. It's just pure goof.
I don't know. Have you guys ever accidentally done something like that?
I used to be a window cleaner as my job, and I used to just like sing and dance along to songs as I was walking around thinking no one was watching me out of the window, and then someone caught me, and that was one. That's not super embarrassing, but that was just more like that happened quite a lot. Then I had one where I got caught wanking. That was fun.
Oh!
Fucking hell. Okay, I mean, do you want to talk about...
Not at work, by the way.
Whilst you were washing windows.
No, I mean, we probably should turn the mics off to talk about this for us.
No, like the most embarrassing thing ever was I thought I was home alone. And I was enjoying some time for myself.
That's little self-care.
And suddenly I heard someone come up the stairs. So I was like, quickly put everything back where it was. But then I was sitting forward awkwardly like that in my chair.
Hello, welcome to my room and my establishment, my boudoir.
I'm pushing my buttocks back into my chair and I'm leaning forward to hide anything that might be a telltale sign. And I just remember my dad opened the door and he's just like, all right, mate. And he just smiled and then just like closed the door. And I was like,
Wait, were you playing stuff out of speakers?
Well, yeah, I was an extra special I'm home alone.
Oh my god, surround sound, the walls were shaking.
No, it wasn't it's not like, you know, surround sound, Dolby Digital, like HD extreme,
Just like
Omega Blast, the speaker stuff. It was just like a nice level, but
pegging too.
No, this is before I was a degenerate.
I see.
Probably just was like man and woman fucking.
Man and woman fuck.
I feel like, you know, it's one of those things I've never talked about with my parents, and you know, I never want to.
I never want to.
You never need to.
But I feel like I was pretty sneaky. I was pretty on it, like, as a kid being tech literate, you know, wiping down the fucking browser fucking history, never fucking having the wrong audio tablet connect to the right speakers or headphones. Like, fuck getting caught. I was like, that shit is awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys ever have the chat with your parents?
No, never.
About
never did.
making babies?
Yeah.
I think we must have, but I don't really remember.
Like, my mum tried to do it once.
Yeah,
like, she tried to like confront it
note.
in the car with her, waiting for my brother to like finish a music lesson or something. And so she was like, "Hey, would you just gonna?" And she's quite gentle and lovely. She's like, "Oh, you know, so there's this thing when two people," and I was like, "Mum, like, I know." And she's like, "But you're gonna have to always be safe." And I was like, "Yep."
How old were you when she had this?
Like 12, 11.
Right, yeah.
And I was just like, this is awkward for you.
Yeah,
like,
oh my God.
You're dying right now, and I can feel it.
I do feel for parents having that conversation. Like,
because also you have to assume that they already know a level, right?
A level of something.
Yeah.
I think I must have had a chat, but I don't remember it at all.
But I think it was probably that moment that scarred me. Is like, oh my God, it will be so awkward for them.
Yeah, they're
like,
dying.
I will die, but they will die way more than me.
Right, cough it up. Most embarrassing time you've been caught doing something.
I can't remember if I've told this story on 0 Degrees or not before. I have such an atrocious memory.
Go for it.
Where I think if I have, I'm so sorry, dear listener. My first boyfriend, like, new to sex, you know, like not very experienced or confident. His sister walked in whilst we were having sex.
Oh no.
Then proceeded to go downstairs and shout really loudly to the parents that we were having sex and that we were fucking. And I was just on his bed, like fucking, like head in hands, rocking back and forth. Like, I want to die. Like, I'm just this, you know.
I feel like my brain didn't take in. That is fucked.
That is insanely
I was traumatized. I was just like, oh my God. And I could hear them all laughing.
What the fuck?
And I was just like, this is so embarrassing. Oh my God. I'm just like 16 and I'm so embarrassed.
Oh my God, Lydia, I'm so sorry.
Trying to leave the house later and just not see anyone. Like, I'm just trying to run for the front door.
Jesus.
Like, I can't remember what it must have been like the next time I locked eyes with any of them, but it must have been really embarrassing.
Well, because it's all like kind of secret.
It's very secret and very like, you know, new and stuff. It was
Fucking hell.
mortifying. I was so embarrassed.
Oh my God.
That's fucking shit. Yeah, I don't know why that just reminded me of like when we used to go on a lot of canal holidays, and I like canal holidays. They're kind of cute, very British, very like, you know, very quaint. And there was one we went on, and it was a great canal holiday, but it was so like it was so rocky, like all night. It wasn't like a super busy canal. We were in like Wales. It was quite a quiet canal.
Yeah.
But it was just so like, we just couldn't sleep because it was so rocky. Turns out my sister was conceived on that canal holiday, and my parents told me and my
canal
brother.
boat?
Oh my God, they were fucking.
Do you know, I was just pissed off. I was just like, you fucking selfish pricks. Me and my brother didn't sleep a fucking week.
Wait. Hold up. What would you do? So was the boat rocking so ferociously because your parents were going at it so hard?
Jesus Christ.
Or were they trying to time it with the waves,
I don't
hoping
know.
that no one would
I was
notice?
11 or 12. I guess
I'm imagining like the fucking
one of those
walls
ages.
shaking, little baby Harry,
when
like, what's going on?
They told us that like about 6 months after the holidays. You know, my
Oh
sister's
my
about to be
God.
born, and I was like,
Fuck the shit out of your mum on that canal
I was
boat,
like,
Harry.
bro, that's not a homie hookup, Dad. That's not a homie
That is
hookup.
not. That's actually smooth waters.
That's
That's
like-
me and your
that's-
mum are making it rocky.
That ain't it, Chief.
Jesus.
Like, you fucking ruined. I remember thinking I didn't sleep at all that holiday. It was so hard to sleep because the boat was rocking so much.
Maybe
And
they were
then
just
you
non-stop
fucking-
at it the whole time.
And you were just fucking procreating.
Oh,
you were just
my
out there fucking
goodness.
making new life.
They just doing it.
Well, I love my sister, so it's fine. It was all worth it for
It's
her.
all worth it. The
So what, you
trauma.
didn't have anything happen to you though? You just caught someone else.
No, I feel like that scarred me more than anything. That was
That's
like,
fair.
but that's like knowledge of your parents fucking. Like that's
Yeah.
that is it.
I caught my parents once, and it harrows me to this day.
Oh.
It's like no amount of bleach will get it out of my brain.
Me and my brother caught my uncle and
Oh my
auntie,
God.
and we walked in, and ever since then, I think it was the Christmas afterwards, my parents bought him a doorstop
Oh my God.
as a fucking
my
present because we were like
God.
6, 7, like
Yeah.
very young kids.
What are they doing?
But I love the idea of just that present. It's just great.
That's hilarious.
I think it's about time to wrap up. We have
Yeah, we are sweating.
We are,
We
we
are
are
so
all
hot.
so sweaty.
So
we are
hot.
all very
Yeah.
red
We need
faced
to go
and
cool
sweaty.
down.
Yeah.
But huge shout out to Shure.
Thank you, Sure.
Thank you so
Thank you so much for
inviting
having us,
here.
and Podcast Show London. Thanks so much for having us as well. It's the 50 years of the SM7B, which is amazing. And we all use those mics at home. We love them.
Yeah.
So thank you for hooking us
Best
up, Shure.
microphone on the market.
We're recording them right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're great. They're awesome.
booty.
And 1 year of 0 Degrees. Thank you all for your amazing support.
Thank you so much,
Thank you to all our
everybody.
patrons as well.
You're wonderful.
Patreon.com/0 Degrees.
And thank you everyone who's been sending in questions. There's been so many lovely, great questions. I say that. We just read some horrible ones. Keep sending them in. We really appreciate it.
And the rating and reviewing, massive. Thank you so much. Some lovely comments. We've been reading the reviews. They're lovely.
Yeah, it's been going really good. So to another year of 0 Degrees.
Cheers.
Another year.
Let's go
Let's
get
do
that
it.
free Prosecco now.
Fuck yeah, I'm
It's
gagging for a
needed
drink.
now.
Let's
Now
do
is
it.
needed.
Hell yeah.
We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.